Welcome again, guys. I'm Geoffrey Mukoya, an evangelist and I'm an evangelist of the gospel of Jesus Christ. We are continuing to expound and discuss about biblical injustices. And yesterday we talked about the woman who was caught in the act, John chapter 8, verse 4. And Jesus did not issue a judgment against that lady because there was no man who was having sex with that lady during the time of judgment. So Jesus decided to instruct those who had brought that woman to crucify her if they know they are just. Now, I want us to understand one thing about marriage. Marriage, it is one of the concepts that has never been resolved actually on the issue of argument. One, we need to understand that in the book of Malachi, the Bible says that God hates divorce. And Jesus also insisted the same, that from the beginning, God created them male and female. And he said, for this reason, a man shall leave his father and mother and enjoin with his wife, and the two shall become one. Now, the key question is, does it mean that marriage it is a matter of life and death? My answer to that question, it is no. Though you might have your own opinion, it is also accepted. I defend my answer why I say marriage is not a matter of life and death, because even Jesus himself said that the matter of marriage is not meant for everyone. Some were eunuchs by birth, others are eunuchs by choices, and others are eunuchs by their calling. Now, on this context, it means that marriage does not belong to everyone. But those who get married, they should learn to stay married. I've said they should learn to stay married. But what one should do when a marriage has become toxic? One misconception thing that many people believe in is that when marriage is undergoing when relationship is toxic, you must seek counsel from church members, elders, and even parents. What if the parents and some church leaders are the same perpetrators of the toxic relationship? I want to challenge you that no matter who will advise you in marriage, the decision remains with you. Now, what one should do when the relationship has become toxic? One, put your life first. Even if you have children, remember without you or with you, those children will still survive, because no one was born or no one is going to be born by accident. So if you are going to die, those children will still survive and they will grow, even if they undergo some challenges, but they will grow. But you will be already dead 6 feet under. So put your life first. Second, think about your choices. When you decide to leave a relationship, do not enter into another relationship immediately. Take a break and examine yourself. When you start a new relationship, it should be based on understanding, self-evaluation, and self-actualization. Now, you have left that toxic relationship. I want to advise you, do not hate men and do not hate women, because all women are not bad or evil, and all men are not bad or evil. It is just one person whom you join together in a relationship that messed up things, or the devil entered just like he entered into Judas Iscariot and destroyed everything. So don't build a mentality that all men are evil or all women are evil, but build up a mentality by knowing that things can be better in future. Second, learn to forgive. I use the word total forgiveness. First, forgive yourself for breaking that marriage. Second, forgive the person who betrayed you. Because if you are not going to forgive, remember, there is no relationship that is going to work better for you because you are already carrying bitterness. And when you enter into a new relationship with bitterness, that bitterness will sprout, and it will destroy the new relationship that you are trying to enter in. The third thing you must do not shift blames. Take up the blame. Even if the other person was on the wrong side, when people ask you why you decided to leave a relationship, just accept I'm the one who was wrong. Whether a man or a woman, take the blame and accept that I'm the one who was wrong. And I'm going to advise you to use this term. Just say, I'm the one who was not able to hold that marriage. I'm the one who was not in a position to handle challenges in marriage. That's why the marriage got ended. So learn to take the blame, because if you keep on shifting blames, at the end you will have resentment and it will result into revenge. And revenge, if you will fail to revenge, it will bring anxiety, stress, and depression, and it will destroy your life. And the last thing you should do not leave a relationship to become a preacher. Do not leave a relationship to become a teacher of the gospel. Do not leave a relationship to become an advisor. Though your marriage or your challenges can be a good example to help other people, but they should not be a ladder or a landing zone. So, if you are going to leave a relationship, take a break, but do not isolate yourself from your friends. Because remember, let me break this down a bit about isolation. One, you have left a relationship. Now, the devil is after you. Now he will advise you to isolate yourself from friends who can advise you, who can walk with you through the journey. So he will advise you to get isolated. Once you get isolated, the devil will come and ruin your life. Because remember, a person who is isolated becomes a best target of the devil. So do not get isolated, and do not go out and start creating new friends. Learn to walk through your challenges with all the friends you had, because for you to walk in a journey of stress and pressure and depression, you need somebody who has walked the same journey. Because you cannot bring a soldier who has survived in an attack to be advised by a soldier who has just been sitting comfortably in the office. So on this context, you need a friend who understands the issue you have been walking through, so that he or she can help you to navigate the corridors of challenges and to navigate all the struggles, so that you can enter into a new relationship perfectly. Finally, the Bible says that once a person has divorced, should not get married. That is how Jesus put it. But I want to ask you a question. If a person gets divorced at the age of 25 or 30, are we going to allow this person to live for the remaining of 60 years unmarried? What will be the fate of his generation? What will be the fate of his life? This leaves us with a mind. We need to go to God and petition and pray, so that God can bring healing. Just like after David committed adultery, he went to God and petitioned, and after healing, he married the same woman. But I'm not advising you to marry the person whom you have committed adultery with unless you love that person and unless you intended to do it. So, things that make people believe by their wrong. Marriage is not for life and death. Remember, love is the reason why we were born, but love should not be a reason why one should die. As a preacher and evangelist of the gospel, I advise you, don't die because of relationship. Don't die because of marriage. Don't kill somebody because of love. Because love is the reason of our existence, but it should not be the reason of our exit. On that point, I leave you that examine yourself and think deeply why Jesus did not make judgment to some things. And some battles, Jesus remained silent. When you read John chapter 8 verse 1, the Bible says, and Jesus remained in Galilee. He did not go to Judea because Jews were seeking to kill him. Jesus came to die. And why did he decide to remain in Galilee instead of going to Judea so that he can be killed? The answer is simple. The Bible says, because his time was not yet come. So, in everything you do, do not make judgment that will make you terminate your life before your time has come. Make judgment that will make you to live until the time of your exit come. What am I saying? Let not marriage be the source of premature death in our society. Let us not allow marriage to be part and parcel of our bitterness and pain. Marriage was meant for enjoyment, and if there is no joy, there is no peace. It is time to call it off.